Hi everyone, it's Angel on Mima. So, just quickly, let's do it. Please, disclaimer, don't judge because of the colors. Just listen to the message and we go. It's already late. I'm supposed to be in bed by now, but I'm not tired, so let's just do it. New moon in Virgo. I will do crystal cards today and we can decode a little bit about the new moon in Virgo. Inshallah, tomorrow, if all goes well, I will do the main prediction. That's a good message. I'll do the global prediction if all goes well tomorrow. I hope there will be no distraction. So at least I will tap in early. And I saw a message, just a minute. Yeah. And then we can just do everything. So new moon in Virgo. I've jotted my... This is the book they stole my songs inside and everything. It's unfair, but what will they understand with such things? I always put it rough because I just go freestyle. I just need the degrees and the position, and the rest I just get it. Anyway, new moon in Virgo. Virgo in the traditional astrological wheel is the 6th house. This is the house where it talks about our daily activities and ruled by Mercury. So it's more also about, but Virgo is not communication. Remember, it's an earth sign. So it's more of jotting, goddess of writing. And like when it's in Gemini, it's the goddess of talking. So what is emphasized here? Grounding. Virgo is the sign of grounding, but it's a sign of workaholic because Mercury here, in the way it works, it has the same energy as in Gemini, but in Gemini you air out. In Virgo you jot it down. So that's why even with me downloading, I always do it through air. I'm an air sign. But to be more accurate, I have to confirm and jot down everything. So I had the information, but I just wanted some confirmation and the accuracy of the degrees. And what do we mean when we say we have to put it? We refer to it as the goddess of writing, the sign of Virgo. One aspect of it. The goddess of writing, it's because Mercury, when it deals with earth sign, it's more effective when you ground that information or any activity. It blends well and works perfectly when you ground it. And how do you ground it? Remember, earth, the basic of earth is ground. That's how we ground it. And Virgo is the earth sign. So that is, and being in the second, in the wheel of earth sign, it's the second. So what does that mean? It balances Taurus, it balances Capricorn. So grounding is mostly in the Virgo sign. That's why we call the Virgo the house of the hermit, because Mercury gives them information, but they have to ground themselves, the hermit, to go within and then give it out. We have best writers always having, look at any writer who is well known or people who have written books and they've been booming, you will find they have aspects in Virgo. Their Mercury is well aspected in Virgo, and that's why they're very good in jotting down the information or putting down writings. The same thing you're going to find also people who are like script writers. These are people who have very strong aspect of Virgo because their Mercury is strong, their ruler, but it grounds them to put everything down. These are the people, they're workaholic by default. I will give an example of a Virgo, a real Virgo, a typical energy of a Virgo. Let's say they employ you. They will tell you, I want you to clean this window this way. They're showing you how you clean it, but by the time they finish, they will have cleaned the whole place. To them, they're showing you an example, but for them, it's like they have done the whole job themselves. Why? Because it rules perfectionist. That's one aspect of Virgos. Everything by them has to be perfect. I have a very strong aspect. My Virgo is moon sign. My moon sign is Virgo. And personally, I also have that tendency. When I train somebody like face to face, I will show you how I want it done, but it will reach a point that I'll find out that I have done everything myself. And that's why I like to put my work down and make it easy that even if someone tries to read it, they'll just understand it. That's why we have people stealing my work and pretending to be occultist and example of the curses or how to heal this, how to heal that, STDs and all that. It's because I've already jotted down in a way that if you just take it and read it, you can understand. I've decoded it simply. That's the aspect of Virgo. Another thing, Virgos are workaholic, as I said, but one thing, they're very analytical. Going for an interview and the boss is a Virgo, I will say make sure you have enough information because they will judge you not by your credential, but by your mind. Remember, their ruler is Mercury, and Mercury is the ruler of the mind, the brain. So yes, when you go for an interview and you have a boss who is a Virgo or has a very strong aspect of a Virgo, rest assured they will not judge you because of your credential. They'll look at what you have. So those are just brief intro of Virgo. And what is happening on 14th September at 9:40, it will the full moon, the new moon, the celestial. That's the celestial event in the ether, but there will be others as well. But that is the main key player. We will have the new moon at 21 degrees, 58 minutes. If we look at the sign, it's in the house of, just a moment. Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Okay. You see how it goes. At 21 degrees, it will be carrying the energy of Capricorn. Still an earth sign. So you see, it's very much grounded. Tradition is needed. Protocols, which is typical Virgo, following the protocol, analytical. So it will be at 21 degrees, 58 minutes, which means it's going to carry also the energy of Capricornian energy. Being in the third decan, this is what I'll say is not good. Ruled by Mercury, and there are aspects which are going to enhance that. I'll explain it in detail. In the third house, the third decan, because we have one zodiac has 3 decans, because the first decan is the 0 to 10 degrees, and then we have to 20 to 30, because one zodiac is up to 29 degrees. We can say 30 degrees, then it goes to 0 again. And that is how you decode you count the decans by mind, body, and soul. In the third decan, because 21 is already in the third decan. Virgo in the third decan. I mean, this new moon in the third decan is new moon is new beginning, but it is manifesting, and I will explain, because of the aspect of a very, very strong star, it's going to manifest illness. So yes, that's why I said I'm gonna put some global prediction. There are things you need to know. There are going to be there's gonna be a lot of outbreaks. We will also have episodes now whereby we will have issues like COVID resurrecting in other places, or we have like new viruses. And I explained about new viruses which is going to be eating the brain and it's already kicking in. I forgot the name. Mina, I don't know, something like that. These viruses now are going to go like viral, and it's because Virgo is in the third decan. It's a little bit weaker, and it's going to be overpowered by the star called Denebola. I'll explain much about Denebola, but that is a star which is mostly about misfortunes, disgrace, and destruction. It's not like Regulus, it's the total opposite of Regulus. And it's also more like the devil, I can say, that energy, because self-destruction is the main name of the game when it comes to devil. And it's one the aspect which is like literally facing one another, because the moon, good news, trines Uranus, which is that perfect time to jump out of the hamster wheel, and it's also healing energy, but it's being weakened because Debela is strong. It's a very strong star, and it's 15 times brighter than the sun. And it's in the constellation of Leo, whereby the tail is forming that diamond, straight with, while, like arrowing the opposite sign of the opposite, which is Regulus. So that is the aspect which is just like pulling down this aspect of new moon. So yeah, new moon, new beginning, where you can manifest. And especially with Mercury, it manifests very fast because it takes only 88 days for Mercury to finish its revolution in the solar system. But this time, when you manifest, and especially in this aspect, I will say wait first until the planetary positions are shifted a little bit, 2 degrees away. Let's say when right now Virgo is at the new moon is at 21 degrees. Wait until it reaches around 23 degrees, because that is where you will have that energy of Aquarius, where it's more like Uranus, which is more stronger, and it's gonna give you like quick results, whereby perfect with the trine and the speed of Uranus, it's more like thunder, tower, lightning. It's gonna be better. But right now, because the energy of 21 is Capricornian energy, and when you manifest right now, you will be manifesting under, I'm telling you, it's illness, self-destruction, and losses. And when it comes to losses, this can be earthly losses, materialistic losses, but at the same time, it can also be natural disasters. That's something you can't put your finger on, and you can't control it. It's written in the stars. So I will say wait, don't immediately, if you are a person who always like do manifestations, I will say take a chill pill for now until when the degree moves to 23 degrees, then do it. Because there will be a lot of shifts up in the sky, and you are out of that Capricornian energy, of which is not functioning here more like the Hierophant, it functions more like the devil. So, and it's being enhanced, like it's getting a lot of claps, when you cheer up the devil, and yay, or when there's a fight and people cheer it up, you get more mojo to go and finish that thing. And that is what Denebola is doing. It's working well with that energy of the Capricornian 21, and it's going to do that. So wait until it shifts and we have more like Uranus energy. You're gonna be more safer. So for those who manifest, that's for you. For others, I know if you're not into manifestation, then it's okay. but there will be breakouts. We're going to hear about diseases. I'm telling you, episodes of COVID, maybe somewhere it will just pass. And I will say Northern Hemisphere. Why am I saying that? Because that's one of the fixed position of the nebula. It's more in the north, and it lies mostly on the eastern side of the tail of the lion. So northeast, it's gonna be a little bit shaky, but it will move. It's not a permanent energy. It's just temporary. It will transit and go. But I will say northeastern hemisphere, be careful. So who is gonna be affected mostly? Mutable signs. Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, of course, these are ruled by Mercury, and Sagittarius. These are signs which are going to be heavily affected by this type of energy, the mutable sign. And thanks to Mercury, there's nothing you can do about it. And Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter. But remember, this new moon, why is it also, apart from just being a mutable sign, why is it going to affect you? It's going to affect you because the moon is right opposite Jupiter. So there's a reflection there. What the moon will feel, the Jupiter will feel it too. And that's how you're going to be affected. When it comes to Gemini, Virgo, because their ruler is Mercury. And when it comes to Pisces, it's one of the mutable signs, which is also the opposite of Virgo, mirror effect. The opposite, they lie all in the same axis. And that's why it's also going to be affected. Because the aspect of opposite Jupiter and this Denebola, by the way, Jupiter is also about expansion. We all know anything with Jupiter is always big. So yeah, with this opposite sign and Denebola being there, Denebola, by the way, I will explain in detail how it's positioned. Being in the opposite sign with the Jupiter, and the Jupiter is opposite the moon, that's like a triangle. So you know, when there is a triangle, when there's a trine, there's always like a dance, but it's like you're dancing with the devil, which means, and we have that energy already, 21. I will say this new moon is not going to be good because we will have a lot of distraction. That's why I want to put out and emphasize on this global prediction. We will have issues with military, governments, a lot of media, especially writing, even if it's digital. I will say if you're a reporter, journalist, be very careful. You might be given an article and it can be a setup. And the next thing you find yourself in a lawsuit. Why? Denebola, self-destruction. Be very careful. Anything to do with writing. If you're doing mostly paperwork, numbers, open your eyes, make sure you do the right thing. So let's talk about Denebola. Who is this crazy fixed star that is going to be giving us a headache? Denebola is a fixed star, very powerful star. But this star is extremely the opposite of Regulus and the rest. It's a very self-destructive star. This star has a power. It's a very powerful star. I'm telling you, it's brighter 15 times than the sun. That's how bright it is. And it's in the constellation of Leo. And you don't need to search it much. It's visible because that's the second biggest star in the constellation of Leo, which makes it very powerful. Remember, Leo is the source, sun, which makes it very powerful. So the Denebola always means that someone who is extremely powerful or someone who is popular, someone is in the public eye, but this person is going to destroy themselves because this star is going to emphasize that energy. Self-destruction. I got some example here I'm going to share with you. A good example of a very people who have very strong aspects of the Ebola, Hitler, Adolf Hitler. He was a very powerful, vocal Nazi. And yes, when he was saying, pointing a finger, you will go, you will go. Look at the Holocaust, what he did, and how he conquered so many countries to work with him. And they even went to World War, Hitler. But how did he end? Eva, also the girlfriend, she has also a very strong star, the Ebola. If you look at their chart, Hitler has it, then his girlfriend. That's why they were very much same, birds of same feather. But look at the destruction. Their destruction. Their ending. They destroyed themselves because Hitler killed himself. He was drunk in power to an extent that he destroyed himself when he felt like he couldn't do it. His ego was so big that he ended up destroying himself. The same thing with Amy Winehouse. If you all know, she was a performer, an artist. Amy Winehouse was a very young but powerful, famous, viral musician. And she was, how she was living, her style was totally different, but she will, wherever she goes, she always catches people's eye. She was very, I'm telling you, she was very famous, very powerful. And the fact that she could pull the crowd is because then Ebola, you are a star. You are the source. The constellation of Leo, all eyes on you. But how did she, and she was wealthy. She was wealthy too. How did she end up? Self-destruction. She had everything. And because she had everything, she used her own resources to destroy herself. She ended up using drugs, and that was the end of her. We look at Hitler. He had everything, power at his fingertips. But he ended up committing suicide. And that's how he ended. So this is what we should be expecting. And that's the reason I'm telling you, we have to be careful. We will have leaders, musicians, performers, people who are in public eye, someone who is like well-known, celebrities, influencers. You're going to see they're going to be killing themselves, or someone will just go from riches to rags just like that. And it's because of themselves. People who are narcissists, you're going to see that they will be losing battles, and because of their ego, they will not accept their mistake and they will take themselves out. This is by default. No witchcraft, nothing. It's the aspects which are here, and it's because the Ebola does not fall down. It will, people, I'm telling you, you will self-sacrifice yourself. You will self-sacrifice yourself. For others, people who are sharp enough, you can use this energy to escape. Like as I said, jump out of a hamster wheel. Let's say you are in a scam. You are scamming. Or there is something you keep on repeating and you know it's unhealthy in your life. This is the time you can use this energy with the Ebola and jump out, because you will get the help. The moon will be trining Uranus. So that is what you can do. You can jump out. And when Venus, remember, Venus is also a motherly energy. It will give you much. But Venus will be squaring Jupiter. So instead of expanding their problems, you rather have this destruction. And remember, square is always a problem. But there is always a solution with a square. So you can create your own, that is the self-sacrifice. You can pull yourself out of the mess by clearing everything, because Venus, as I said, it's very a merciful planet and very giving. So you can use that Venus energy to like make peace. Okay, I have to self-sacrifice myself. This thing is not healthy and I'm heading down spiral. So the best thing for me is let me pull myself out of this mess before it's too late. Oh, I hope my timing is enough because I have very little limited space. If not, I'll do part two. So this is what is going to be happening. Self-destruction, self-sacrifice. And you will see people falling from grace. I even said before I did this new moon, the day I did the 2 days, 3 days ago, aspects, and I was talking about the reincarnation and everything. I did explain that empires are going to be falling. It's Denebola that is going to bring down the empires. They are gonna fall. Yes, yes, yes. This is the beginning and it's manifesting because the moon is already trining Uranus. So it's a green light. The manifestation is at its pivotal point and Venus is squaring Jupiter. So wealth, people who are gambling, you might overdo it and the next thing you're gone. People who are in, for example, stock, if you're not careful, you might get greedy. You can get very big amount of money and then reinvest it and then lose it all. So you have to be very careful because it will tempt you to do something, but then you're going, as I said, self-sacrifice. You destroy yourself. On the other side, there's receiving of a big amount of money. Maybe this money was there for some time, but now is the time for you to receive. So maybe back pay or hidden inheritance and such. This is the time also that money will come in because the moon Uranus trine is going to pull that in. And one thing, the good side of the Ebola, I will say, it's gonna have that energy also of the pull from Regulus. So despite the distraction, Regulus is also gonna pull it and go like, hey, self-sacrifice. There are some things you need to sacrifice. You can't be taking everything. You can't be destructive. Such things. And with the trine also, this is going to be helping. The trine is gonna be like fighting. So yes, that's why I'm telling you, we will have a lot of distraction, but solutions will be there because this moon trining Uranus is also a healing energy because of the aspect of Mercury and grounding energy. It's going to help us. As I said, moon trine Uranus, healing, jump out of the hamster. But Venus square Jupiter, it's perfect to receive a very huge amount of money because why? You are supposed to get this money back then, but there was some blockages. This blockage is going to be removed now. The person who is causing this blockage, this person is going to be attacked by this star Denebola. They're going to pull that shit out and open the floodgates and you're going to receive. It can be a very big amount. This is not a small amount. Normally when this happens, it's always big, very huge amount. But be careful, as I said, they can be this, whatever you're going to receive, doesn't have to be money, it can be assets of any kind, maybe inheritance. If it's a house, it's big. Whatever you're going to be receiving, there will be some entitlement. Someone will feel entitled or you will be having that energy of entitlement. Maybe even a position. You might get a job and you can be put in a position where you will be entitled, answerable. So maybe like a leader, type of a leader, or to put people like train or something, but more into leadership. So yes, the salary will be good, but there is that accountability. So that is also coming here with this energy. It's really manifesting. Envy. People who are more like narcissists, diva and such, you will find that there will be a very big burst of envy. Someone will not be able to hide their anger anymore, expose their jealousy and everything, which, that's what I'm saying. This person, when they feel so defeated, they will end up destroying themselves. And maybe this is someone very respectable, but this aspect of them will come out to show that they're very jealous. And like the true colors, if someone has red rosy glasses, they're going to be falling. If it's a mask, it's going to be falling. And because of this humiliation, they can't take it anymore because they were living a false life or having a false lifestyle or forging whatever they're doing. They will not be able to take that heat, and that is how they might take themselves out. So let's now go deeper into this star. I want to decode it more. I've already written here I've said this before, but I just jotted it down. The Ebola, second biggest star in Leo, which causes misfortune and disgrace. In the Chinese culture, they call it, I wrote it down. Where is it? No, here. Yeah. In the Chinese culture, they call it the seat of the five emperors, the seat of the first five emperors. And it's mostly located, as I said, the position is in the northern hemisphere. When you look at the celestial body in this constellation of Leo, this star sits on the eastern side and on the tail. It's at the tail of Leo, just at the back of Leo, and 15 times stronger than the sun. In Arabic, this name, the Nebola, where does it come from? It comes from Arabian astrology, because most of the astrology, it comes from the Arabian Peninsula. It's called the Nebel Asad. Asad is lion, which means the tail of the lion. So the constellation is there. The Neb Asad, at the end where the tail of the lion is, and that's where you'll find this star. It forms a triangle itself, from pointing with the Regulus, the sun, and it. In Greek, they call it Alkaia, which means malo. And in Persia, they also have it as Avdem, which means the one in the tail. As I said, it's the way it's also in Arabic, the Nabal Asad, the tail of the lion. So here, but in Persia, they say it Avdem, the one in the tail. Hindu, it's mostly connected to Nakshatra, which is the lunar mansion. And if you look at the Chinese, they talk about the seats of the emperor. What is in the mansion normally? The first things which are put in a mansion or in a kingdom are the seats of the kings, the emperors. So yeah, and they call it Uttara Palguni. This great diamond in the sickle of Leo points towards Regulus, as I said, in the eastern side of the tail of Leo, northern hemisphere. Why is it said also in this new moon? We are referring it as this aspect with the Jupiter, because we have an aspect of Jupiter here, moon here, and then we have the Nebola. And Nebola is just opposite Regulus, but it calls itself the perfect, the triangle, the diamond of Virgo. It's because just at the end of Leo, because it's in the tail of Leo, that means this lion head is here, the tail is here. That is the third decan. It's nearing where? The Virgo, whereby also the moon is in the third decan. So they form a very nice triangle, yeah, of course. And that triangle is the one which is hiding wealth. That's why I said you people can get very big amount of money. And when the moon with the Uranus, so pop, is going to be coming very quick. But at the same time, it takes a lot of pressure to break a diamond. So that's what I'm saying. People who feel very entitled, when you break them, the only way they'll take that pressure is destruction. They will destroy themselves. So that diamond, which is being formed from the Nebola to the constellations, the aspects, planetary aspects in Virgo, is gonna fall this diamond. It's a do or die. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be a do or die. And the beaming color that I'm getting is blue. Normally this star is always white. That's what it's referred to, the Nebola fixed star, which is white. But the beaming which is being given out here is blue. And remember, Virgo opposite is Pisces. Then Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is a blue. It brings what? Illusions. So that's the reason I say, if you're a writer or anything, someone can give you information. The information will be wrong, which can be very incriminating. Or evidence which is hidden. The real evidence will come out. Maybe someone has been hiding something. The truth is going to come out, and that is be the end. That is going to be the destruction. You're going to be like, Okay, maybe it's a case, you're solving a case, they're gonna give it a tick. Finally, the last puzzle is here. It's gonna be found out through this energy in the next 3-4 days. The truth is gonna come out finally. Verdict is gonna give it, and I'm telling you, self-sacrifice, self-destruction, someone can even kill themselves because they will see their world falling apart. That's how bad this is. They will see their world falling apart. With me, I always tell you, if I give you information, astrologers, they have their own way. I pick my stuff from different realm and I just confirm so that I can make it in mundane level. And that's why I have to always refer to some stuff that I always just check online to put it together and give it like in the easiest way that I can. There's nothing like roses are red, flowers are this and that. No. If I see something bad, I will say it. And if I see something good, I'll say it. We have good aspects, yes, but there is a lot of destruction. Empires going down. I'm telling you, there will be more coups. Brace yourself, there will be more coups, or there will be ambushes, attacks, attacks, attacks. Because as I told you, this is the seats of emperors. This star rules the seat of emperors. So if someone has been put in a position where they're not supposed to be there, if they're not going to be leaving themselves as in self-sacrifice, there will be destruction. And that's how things are going to go down. So, and that can be also natural disasters. Calamities happening in natural disasters. I checked the position, and when I've tapped into the other realms, honestly, I'm still seeing there will be, I did say there will be earthquakes, 3 more countries, and I see more graves. I'm seeing bloodshed. I'm seeing water floods again. Whatever has been hidden is coming to the surface, and how it's going to come is there's be like harsh reality checks. People who have been living like in escapade, this thing is over. They're going to catch you. Someone, it's like you can't run. You can't run. This star is just the tail of the, how does a lion react when you touch their tail? Or is it easy even to touch the tail of a lion? Of course not. So someone is like the cosmos weather focus is like someone has ruffled feathers with the source, because Leo is sun is source, and this is the tail of the source. So it means checkmate. South node. The tail is south node because it's in the back there. Checkmate. So distractions are here. We are going to have distractions. May God protect us. This is not good, because we are going to see people even killing themselves because they can't take it, or they feel like, I'd rather disappear from this world than this humiliation. But for others, as I said, if you're smart enough, make peace and self-sacrifice yourself to get out of a hamster wheel. This energy will help you. Let's see which crystals will work. I'll just pick. I'm told only, don't pick for every zodiac, pick only for elements. So water, air, like that. We are starting with fire because Aries is the first house. I'll be picking the first house to go to the next. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You need angelite, a crystal called angelite for this energy. As I said, you normally don't need to have the crystal with you. You can just even have a screensaver. You can have a screensaver if you're not a person who collects the crystal. Just a screensaver for this energy to shield yourself. It sells spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increase spiritual growth. Fire signs, that's for you. Join with like-minded community. A door is opening for you to learn something. Or you'll be There is a blessing coming when you're going to the right groups. Earth. Moonstone. Oh, you need it so bad because this moon is in your earth sign. It's in your... you have a new moon, but you will need this protection so bad because this star is not favoring anybody. It's a distraction or justice. If you're on the right side, I'm telling you, you're going to be so happy because whatever is coming so big, but with entitlement on top. But if you're on the wrong side, ooh, there is no way out here. If someone is, let's say, in a court, verdict is given, there is no way out that you can get a bail. Straight to jail. There's no bail, nothing. Straight to jail. That's how bad this energy is. So moonstone, earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you will need a moonstone. And it says heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. Yep, your intuition is going to be heightened, but use it wisely. Listen to your intuition. Because there will be illusion, your opposite Piscean energy. Pisces always is escaped, even though there is healing, but listen to intuition. You will get two, it's like two downloads from the dark and from the light. You have to be very careful what you're listening to. And when I say Pisces is the sign of escapade or illusion, it doesn't mean the Piscean people are bad. No, it's the nature. Because of water, you can't see properly. But then everything clears up, you come to your senses. So it's more like, I will say, more like hazy. It will be that. There's fog, but caused by water, maybe that's damp. But then when you rub it from the mirror, you're going to be seeing everything clearly. That's the type of energy we have. So it's not like the illusion comes from Piscean, because some people are very dunderheads here. You have to even explain A, B, C, D for them to understand. You just have to use logic. If I mention Pisces, it doesn't mean the Pisces people are bad. The nature of that planet, that zodiac, which is ruled by Neptune, is water. And what does water causes? And it's a sign. The sign itself is more about escaping. So someone will want to escape from reality, but no, I'm telling you, if it's someone is given a court verdict, if you are to be jailed, they will jail you. There is no bailout here. This star is very destructive. Very destructive. May God protect us. But there will be countries which are going to go to war. I'm going to be honest. With this type of energy, if someone doesn't step down or doesn't do the right thing, you'll go to war, or you will take yourself out. I'm telling you, a perfect example was Hitler. Who could beat Hitler that time, the way he was so powerful? And how did he end up? Nobody killed him. He killed himself. Amy Winehouse, same thing. She had it all, but she used her own resources to finish herself. So someone will, your own wealth might be the source of your ending. So you built an empire based on the wrong side because you are drunk in power. Your empire will go down, and that is the end of you. Air signs, we have two. We have amber, which means give it to God. The crystal amber. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. Oh yeah, we need it. The second one is ruby. And it says, bless your heart. Reach out for emotional and spiritual support to heal and mend your heart. So that's your air sign. Two cards flew out. Water. Ametrine. That's this crystal you'll need. Ametrine. And it says, balancing masculine and feminine energies. Allow your feminine side to creatively inspire you and your masculine side to give you confidence. So your yin and yang needs to be balanced. Water signs, as I said, there will be that fogginess, but then everything will come out clearly. This star is coming in so bright, and whatever was hidden, someone can't hide. Even if it's a fugitive, this person will be caught. Someone can't hide anymore. And these energies normally, when it's new moon, These energies start to play already like 2 days before it happens. Sometimes it, depending on the aspect, some even play like 4 days before it happens. And if you're a psychic, you will feel that energy change quickly. And it will take again 3-4 days. It still carries this type of energy. So yeah, we're gonna see a lot of destruction, but there are also big blessings coming. I'm telling you, someone will just shoot from nowhere and the other one will just fall from nowhere. And it comes in every way. Health also. Health. Virgo rules the stomach area. Be very careful because this is the time out of astrology, spiritually now. This is the time you're going to see people who are used to eating very high level of interest. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're taking a very high level of interests, or you're a person who takes too much liquor, your source of income, because your source of income is the one that feeds you. It's not clean. It's not halal. It's not kosher. You're going to see changes in your body because this star, it's coming to destroy you. And the energy is energetically, it will destroy you. May God protect us, but someone might be living and they will be not having intestines. You know that type where I explained before, you're going to have someone having like a bag of shit. They're rich and they have it all, but their intestines are normal, so they have to even help themselves from outer source. Such kinds of energies, we will see many people going to go into that way. So be very careful if you're drinking and doing such kinds of things. Spiritually, this is what is coming, because this star is next to the sign of, it's among the second constellation in the house of God, which is the source Leo, this Danebola, and being the tail of the lion, eastern side, which means the rise, and then sitting in the northern hemisphere. That's why I say people in the northern hemisphere, especially on the eastern side, be very careful. We will feel some destructions coming from there. But on the other side, make sure you're on the right side. I don't want to scare people. We will see what will come with the global prediction. I've already seen some stuff. I don't want to air them now, but it's frightening. Personally, I'm frightened because I did tell you that there was a crack and this energy has leaked of Gog and Magog. I know people will call me crazy, but the destruction is here. The destruction is here. And as I say, there'll be fall of empires, people losing their job overnight. Someone just deciding, I'm tired, I want out, and the next thing, commit suicide. And this can happen even to younger people, early 20s. It can happen to them. People being overthrown doesn't have to be like only leaders. This can also be at work. It can also be a manager. Workers will just go on strike and say, we don't want this leader anymore. We are tired of that tyranny and such thing, narcissistic abuse. We want this person out. So such things, people are going to be taken out. And the reason why you're taken out is nothing but your own self-destruction. You're a bully, you're a narcissist, you're a racist at work, you're not paying people the right way, maybe you're discriminative. There's always that negative aspect. And those who are overlooked, or they're going to be put in that pedestal, people are going to be put in a pedestal with maybe something you never thought of, get a good job and everything, but there will be responsibility. That is with this trine here and this star. It will bless you. Even when you are to receive money, maybe you are thinking of my inheritance, or you had money kept, or you are not aware, you're going to sell something, you'll get big amount of money, but there's accountability to it. There is something coming with it, and that is entitlement. I will put it. There will be entitlement with that money. You'll have it, but there is something also attached to it. So if it's, for example, you get a job, good job or promotion, based on your karma, because this star is destructive. But if you're on the right side, I'm telling you, the Jupiter is going to bless you here. The square which is taking place right now, Venus square Jupiter, it's a solution will come from it. Something which was blocked from you before, it's going to be opened and you can have it. And you'll have a big amount of money which comes with it as well. But then there will be that responsibility or entitlement. We want to, let's say we want to give you a job, you become the leader, but you're going to be entitled to take care of a team of 5 people, let's say. And we have expectation. Our expectation is that your team, you guide them the right way, motivate them, this and that, for example. For us, it can be as simple as you're a teacher. You're paid well. Your entitlement is, we want to see the performance of the children in the class well, or this and that. Such kind of things will happen. I'll give an example. Like I spoke to someone and I told them, okay, I need papers for tuition teacher for Bilal. The papers have already come and it's already there. Yeah. So the teacher who's going to come here as a tutor, they will get a good amount of money, but there is entitlement to that money. The child grade has to improve. Such kind of things. So expect the unexpected, depending on your karma. I'm gonna be honest, just depending on your karma. If you have been treating people like shit, trust me, there is no way out. You can't manipulate the system, you can't manipulate the universe. This star is going to take you out and it's going to drag you like this. Not like it's going to, okay, bye, we're gonna have like a farewell party. There's nothing like that. There's gonna be a kick in your butt and you're out. If there is a verdict in court, you're guilty. Yes, you're guilty. Straight there. There's no bail, nothing. You're a ruthless person who is sitting on a throne, like the way in the Chinese culture they say the Nebola, the star, is ruling the five seats of the emperor. You're not performing. Go. And that's what I'm saying. They can be a coup. Leaders can be overthrown based on their karma and track record. For others, they will take themselves out themselves. Destruction. So I think that's enough. We will do more in because I don't want to go deep. I'm seeing so much. I don't want to flow anymore. Just let's just leave it there. We pray. Let's hope everything goes well. But your karma is a do or die with this type of star. Denable acid is not a good star at all, and it's a fixed one. That's the problem. Unlike the Nebola, this is more like Antares. Even Antares is much better. This one is worse because it's one of the biggest and it's in the source. So yeah, if it is to bring a bang, it's a bang. I'm telling you, look at Hitler. He marked history. Until tomorrow we'll be talking, the whole world is talking about Hitler. He was known everywhere, very powerful. But nobody could kill him because he had too much power and so much protection. He destroyed himself because he was drunk in that power and he ended up self-destruction. It was self-destruction. So this is what we're going to see. Someone who thinks like they have it all, they will end up destroying themselves. One wrong move and everything will be over. That's what is about to happen. We're going to witness this. And I'm telling you, anything which is hidden is going to bump up into surface. Whatever is hidden is going to be coming back into surface. Fugitives, people who have been running, they're going to be caught. You will see it yourself. You'll see. They can't hide anymore. There's nothing which you can hide right now. This star is very powerful. I'm telling you, 15 times stronger and brighter than the sun. That's the energy with of this star. So, and what does the sun is? In Kiswahili we say mulika. It's like shining. You see everything. Like when you have a very big light, and in the dark, you can see everything. Even a small ant moving or anything, you can just see it. And this is exactly what is going to happen. This star is going to like show everything and eliminate whatever is hidden. And you come to the surface, people will see it and like, what? Yes, it is what it is. There is no illusion. This is it, black and white. So give the verdict and go. And there is no manipulation, because if you try to manipulate, it means you're self-destructing yourself. So I will say, judges, lawyers, also be very careful with what you're doing, because if in case you're leaning on the one side of the scale, well, the scale is going to automatically throw you out, and it's anything can happen. Anything can happen. You can be overthrown in many ways. So I'm gonna leave it there, and let's hope tomorrow I wake up and have a good day. I have some stuff to do outside, and if I come back and then I have enough time, I will see if I can do it in the afternoon. If not, we will do it in the evening, depending on the timings, because I have to go tap into the Akashic, go into spiritual portals. Some normally I go and they're locked, so I can't get info, but I will see the best timing when I feel like my guys go like, yeah, now take your quick spiritual flight and go. I'll go get the information, but I need to give a proper global prediction, because this thing is not good. So I'm gonna leave it there. Until then, goodbye.